Hey, it's Jake Gagne. Thanks for watching MotoAmerica on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. Keep tuning in.
Here we go. Medallia Superbike race number 2. Oh, it's a movement. And it looks like it's going to be Cam Peterson and Schultz both moved. So our AMA FIM North America officials will take a look at that. But in terms of leading the way, it's the number 1 plate of Jake Gagne.
The guy who I think could step up is the guy right behind the first 2. Josh Herrin is usually pretty good on the first laps, and he knows he's got to go with these guys early, the number 2, with a good start. So we'll see if he's able to push the pace along and run with those guys. And you can see Cam Peterson's trying to do the same thing. That pressure, Greg, of getting off the line with those 2 guys is what causes guys to move ever so slightly.
And keep in mind, yesterday was the first race start for Josh Herrin on the Warhorse HSBK Racing Ducati, as well as Cameron Beaubier on that Tytler Cycles BMW. A whole host of starts for Jake Gagne. So big learning experience. Cameron Peterson knows that he moved. We'll see if he gets a penalty as well as Matthew Schultz. That would be a heartbreaker for both of those riders. But it looked like movement before the light goes out, and that could be a time penalty.
Now this is what I like to see, though. The number 2, he's right on the back of Cam Beaubier right now. So they have not let Gagne do that normal thing where he gets away. Look at the movement out of Herrin's bike as he comes out of turn 10A. This is going to be probably a 0.3 or maybe a 0.2 of a gap. It's going to be nothing. And this is the thing that Gagne has had his own way on for so long. It's 0.4, Greg, but he's had his way for so long. As you can see, a bike has gone down at the end of the back straightaway, leaking a lot of fuel out of it. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, now we're on fire, Greg. So they'll probably end up having to red flag this.
What a shame for Jason Waters. He had a DNF yesterday, really wanted to get out there, put on a good run today, and to have this happen, not really sure why.
Then Beaubier in the first split. In the second split, he gains a couple of tenths. So right now, if you start to look at it, Herrin's the quickest in the third, and you can see that bike is on fire as they were trying to probably get that thing put out. These guys will have come up over the top of that ridge as a red flag. Yes.
And that makes a lot of sense, obviously, because you don't want anybody going in there and then crashing into that motorcycle as well. So unfortunately, as the very expensive BMW M1000RR is burning in a gravel trap.
Oh, man.
With launch control, it seems to be a lot easier on the clutches. I know 4 to 5 starts is possible, so everybody's clutch should be pretty decent. Here we go. And off we go in a cleaner start for the entire field. And it looks like Cameron Beaubier, number 6, Tytler Cycle BMW. He's going to lead the way over Gagne.
Herrin and Peterson are going up out of turn 1 side by side. I think Peterson got the spot over Herrin, who was third. He runs over to the left to protect that inside line.
Here comes Cameron Peterson. Is he going to go up the inside of his teammate? No. But Jay, that run down the back straightaway, boy, I'll tell you what, man, those freshly lean progressive Yamahas look like they got a little bit of extra something overnight. Up the inside goes Gagne on the brakes. What arm pump in the middle.
He gets the front wheel off the ground, and that's going to make it to where the bike just was a little bit unstable as he went to put the brakes on. That allows Gagne to shoot down the inside of him. And look, the thing gets sideways. Gagne knew he had a
Doesn't look like there's a big speed difference, but Beaubier not having any of it up the inside into 10A, and Gagne fighting right back around the outside.
Just leans on him through the right, and this is the kind of racing we've been looking forward to see, as Herrin had made the pass on Peterson, and Cam comes right back on him. Matthew Schultz is there, and if you see that 6th place bike just off in the background, that's Richie S.
Sideways up turn 1, no, and a bike on fire.
That looked like Herrin? Was that Herrin's bike?
That could have been Herrin bike. It looks like the motor might have let go.
Nope, it's not Josh. He's right there. Could be Cam P.
Wow, yeah.
Is it Cam Peterson? It must have been Cam Peterson.
It must have been Cameron Peterson. And it looked like there was just a big fireball, and it is. It's Cameron Peterson.
He's running to try to find a fire extinguisher right now so that that bike doesn't go up in complete flames. So, again, corner workers get there. Before this thing gets too big, they got to get that out. So,
yeah, I'd keep spraying that, but he's only got so much in there. So, usual. So Cameron Peterson out of this one as Gagne and Beaubier continue to battle it out. Side by side they go through the kink down into 10. Oh, look at Beaubier so late on the brakes. Is he going to get it stopped? He does. And this time he's got a better flow up to the exit of turn 10B, and he'll hold off Gagne, but Gagne's going to try him again down at the bottom of the hill. Nope, Beaubier's learned something.
Beaubier closed the door that time as they came up over the crest. He was trying to get that BMW moved over to the right. So this tells me race at the front, be good out of 7 down that back straightaway and hold Gagne at bay as you see Herrin run just ever so slightly wide. Look at Gagne straight line it up the hill, Greg, as they go up into turn 2.
What action we have here in Medallia Superbike race number 2. For the past 7 years, it's only been these two that are Medallia Superbike champions, and they are going
front, and Beaubier is going to have another shot, Greg, as they go into turn number 10.
Oh, they are so close. Gagne's not having it. It took everything Gagne had to slow down his Yamaha R1. That thing was protesting.
Boy, I like the way Gagne comes up over the top of the hill, and he was able to close the line off that time on Beaubier when they came through there. Look how quick these guys snapped the bike back up.
Man.
Huh?
Dude, this is what
While Josh Herrin is trying to balance the risk versus reward here, I talked to him and he said they made some changes after reviewing the data from yesterday, which was the first long stint of laps they could string together. They fine-tuned wheelie control and engine braking, and this morning in warm-up the time came easier and a bit more consistent for him. And he said his tire wear was also a little bit more minimal than some of the other tires.
Well, that's a telling sign as we go BMW versus Ducati versus a couple of Yamahas. Herrin not even really needing the draft. Boy, that Ducati looks awfully fast.
I think he just drove up on him a little bit early and wasn't able to completely make that pass, but he might try something into turn 10. But Beaubier, again, is so strong down at the bottom of the hill. That's going to be hard for those guys to go by him there. Beaubier now takes a shot at Herrin as well.
Here he goes. Beaubier wants the point again. He goes into turn 10A, flicks it over to 10B, and he'll take over the lead. The question is Herrin and his patience. Is he going to want to get around? What about Gagne? Oh, I thought for a moment he got a drive. Might try to sneak up the inside of Herrin and foil his plans. Cycle. He talked yesterday about arm pump. Looks like Gagne making a little bit of an adjustment with his left hand. That could be a map change.
Could be map change. Could be a brake lever thing that he's trying to get better. But look, the thing is here, the BMW and the Ducati can draft and redraft each other. The Yamahas just don't seem like they quite have it right now on the straights to get close enough to pull up alongside. So Gagne and Skoltz are sitting there just kind of watching what's happening behind them, and they just can't quite get there. Gagne had another look here. That's a lot of pressure. So he's worked on some things mentally. He's obviously got the physical capabilities, and we know he can ride a motorcycle. As he goes back around the outside of Cam Beaubier, coming down the hill to try to make this pass. The 2 gets it done again, Greg. And I've said it in the past. I've seen this guy do things at track days. You sit there and you go, wow, there's no way I could do that. Gagne now has a look at Beaubier as they come up over the top of the hill. So Josh Herrin, 2 laps to go, is going to be coming through this time.
Josh Herrin not able to break away. Here comes Cameron Beaubier. He's got the preferred line for himself. They've been so good on the brakes, both of them. So Beaubier goes back to the point. And apparently Cameron Beaubier wants the lead. But Gagne's been rehearsing an inside pass the entire race.
He just can't quite get there, though, as they come over the brow of the hill. He just can't quite get there. Can the number 1, and we got white flag. We got 3 brands, all different, running at the front. Skoltz still trying to hang in there and pick up any pieces that might fall his way.
Gagne a little sideways going into turn number 1, but choosing a tighter line. He's trying to get a drive to try to figure out a way past Josh Herrin, but it's Beaubier who leads the way. Through the top chicane they go, down towards the S's in a moment, then off to turn number 5. It's as close as you like it. We have seen more than a dozen passes in this Medallia Superbike race number 2. What is going to happen? The dress rehearsal for all 4 of these riders is Herrin trying to find some room around. Is he going to try to go up the inside in turn number 6? He will. He takes a tighter line. That's a great place to pass. Now turn number 7 tightens up. The slowest corner on the racetrack. Now it looks like Herrin a little wide. Beaubier tries to get up the inside and square it off. They're trying to find position all over the racetrack. Who's got the drive? A double draft right now for Jake Gagne. But it is neck and neck they go between Beaubier and Herrin. Oh, Josh Herrin pushed way wide, almost to the grass, and it's Jake Gagne who takes over the lead. Now in a turn, and Herrin dive bombs in there. Is he able to save it? He does, but to the checkered flag we go, and it's Jake Gagne who's going to come down the hill and And what a move for Gagne through the final corner. Drive to the checkered flag. And Jake Gagne, the #1 plate, will take his first win of 2023 over Cam Beaubier, Matthew Skultz, and Josh Herrin holds on to 4th spot.
Oh.